what's going on, beautiful people? It is I, your sister from another Mr. ThickChickVlogs, and yes, bitch, we are back for another Dear Thick Chick, okay? In case you guys want to need some advice or anything like that, do not forget to send me an email to DearThickChick@hotmail.com using the hashtag DearThickChick in the subject line so that your email does not go to spam, okay? Now, I do want to give a little bit of a disclaimer for some of you guys who send me emails. If it doesn't warrant talking about in a video, then I'm going to just go ahead and email you back. Because sometimes some of the things that some people ask me, it doesn't necessarily need to be in a video because it's a really quick, concise, straight to the point answer. You kind of feel me? So if it's one of those types of emails, I've already emailed a couple of you guys back. Just know that's how we're going to be doing it. Also, another disclaimer, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm none of those things. I'm only giving you my opinion on what I would do if I were in that situation. In no shape, form, and or fashion am I telling you to go out and do anything that I'm saying in my video. I'm only telling you what I, ThickChickVlogs, would do, okay? Just a little bit of a disclaimer. And this hair is getting on my nerves, girl. Oh, and also don't be surprised if you start seeing my background turning to a little bit of a winter wonderland, girl. Don't judge me. It is November the 4th. I understand. But, girl, I like to enjoy my Christmas decorations. I'm not going to skip over Thanksgiving. Don't get me wrong. I got a little knick-knacky Thanksgiving things that I'm going to be putting in my background as well. But, girl, I'm a Christmas fanatic, okay? So, don't be surprised if you see a lot of Christmas things in my background, okay, girl? Moving on swiftly and professionally, let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of these here particular questions, advice questions that people have, okay? So, first one. Hey, sister from another mister, I need your help. I am a 36-year-old male with a wife and 3 beautiful children. I married my wife in 2008 and she had just graduated from college and started working as a social worker. She got pregnant a year later and decided to take a year off to raise our first child. I had no problem with that. We got pregnant again in 2010 with twins, and we decided it was best for her to take another year off to care for the twins as well. Well, now that it's 2012, my wife still refuses to go back to work. The twins started pre-K this year, and our oldest is in 1st grade. She keeps telling me that we are stable enough, and they put it in quotations. She keeps telling me that we are stable enough for her to stay home. I continuously tell her just because the bills are paid and there's a few dollars in the account, that doesn't mean we are stable. She hangs out with her, and they put this in quotations too, she hangs out with her housewife girlfriends all day, and they sit around watching Wendy. That's funny. Not the situation. They sit around watching Wendy and gossiping. No real substance to her life. I am financially struggling to keep our household afloat. I don't want to leave my wife, but I don't want to keep supporting her sitting on her ass at the same time. Hair, nails, clothes, car note, and dinners was fine when she was caring for our children during their toddler years. But they're in school now. I need your advice and our family's advice, our family's help on what to do in this situation. Sincerely, Lost. I want to be clear, I was not, when I was laughing at the Wendy thing, I wasn't laughing at the situation. I was laughing because you said sitting around watching Wendy and gossiping. That shit was funny because my cousin watches Wendy all the damn time. I thought this was just absolutely hilarious. Not the situation again. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this here particular letter, because this is a serious one. I think I talked about this, not this particular situation verbatim, but I've talked about a situation like this in the past. You got some women who get so comfortable sitting on their ass because their man is taking care of them, he's paying the bills, he's getting their hair, nails, all this type of shit did. What I would start doing, and I'm going to tell you the 100% brutally honest truth, sincerely, Lost. I'm going to tell you the 100% truth. What I would do, ThickChickVlogs, okay? The bills will continue to be paid. I will still put food on the table. I still take care of our children. But the hair, the nails, and the clothes, and even that car note, I'll tell her, well, babe, I can't afford to, pay this car note no more, and, give you money to go out to lunch and dinners and stuff with your housewife friends, okay? And then you said she has a degree in social work, okay? I mean, that, girl, I know you got a whole bunch of student loans you got to pay for, and you want to sit on your arse. Your children are in school, honey. Your children are in school. There is no reason why you should be sitting on your ass at this particular point in time. Girl, it's 2015. Okay? When I tell you in 2015, you need 2, 3, 4, 5 incomes in a household. I don't care how much money your husband is making. Okay? And it seems to me like you done got a little bit spoiled. A little bit too spoiled. Now, he was a very nice person, generous person for, you know, saying that it was okay for you to sit home while, you know, for a year after your children were born to raise your children. That is a great thing to be able to do if you're able to do it. And he allowed you to do that because he was able to afford the luxuries of the home during that time. But of course, after your kids, you know, got of age to the point where they could go to daycare, and definitely now that they're in school, there is no reason why this woman should be sitting on her ass at this particular point in time. Especially with her having a degree in social work. Come on now. I mean, it's not like she got to go out there and get some type of job where she's doing a whole lot of hard manual labor, okay? So, Mr. Laws, what I would do, I would sit my wife down and I would straight up tell her, look, I understand that we got the bills paid and there's a couple dollars in the bank account, but girl, I am struggling, okay? And I'm pretty sure you're not able to do some of the things that you probably want to do as a hard-working man, affording her hair, nails, clothes, car note, and dinners and all this type of stuff. And plus, you taking care of the household, you taking care of the children, you doing all of this stuff. So that's too much for one person. That's too much stress on one person's shoulders. And things like that can definitely, I understand you don't want to leave your wife. And of course, you know, you can work things out with your wife. Do not leave her. But at the same time, you need to sit her down and let her know, this is putting too much financial stress on my shoulders. And stuff like that can cause arguments, and then arguments lead to, you know, other things, you know, people lashing out. And I mean, financial stress in relationships is a hell of a thing. Trust me. I've been in situations like that before. Financial situations and relationships can be a very, very hard thing. So that is definitely something you need to sit her down and talk to her about before it gets totally out of control. I mean, your children are in pre-K and first grade now. I mean, I don't understand the reason why she would even want to sit. She ain't at home with what is she doing at the house? Okay, I mean, you don't have anybody to clean up behind at the house. The kids at school. I'm at work. So what you doing all day? Sitting around watching Wendy Williams and gossiping? Do you expect me to continue to get your hair done, your nails done, pay your car note? You said buy her clothes and afford her dinners and lunches and things like that with her housewife friend. I'm sorry, boo. No, maybe you know, your housewife friends, maybe they husband can afford these luxuries to allow their wives to sit on their ass, okay? But you have a college degree in social work, okay? It's probably more than likely student loans and shit that we're gonna have to pay off unless you got a scholarship, which, you know, people do get scholarships. But no, I would sit her down straight up and be like, baby, look, I need to talk to you. You know, I have a lot of this financial stress on my shoulders. I need your help. I need you to go out there and, you know, get back on your grind. The children are in school now. I don't think it's anything hindering you at this particular point in time to go out there and look for work. I mean, there's absolutely no reason why this woman should be sitting on her ass right now. Absolutely no reason. Unless she got some type of health ailment or something like that, there's absolutely no reason for her to be sitting on her ass when the children are in school and she got a damn degree in social work. Girl, no. Do you know social workers are banking or social makers make great money? You gonna sit on your ass all day watching Wendy Williams for what? Wendy ain't talking about shit. You can DVR that, okay? DVR that shit. Go to work, come home, you know, take care of the house, your children, watch Wendy Williams after hours, hang out with your girlfriends on the weekends. So sit her down, let her know that it's too much financial stress on your shoulders and you don't want it to start hindering your relationship with her, because financial distress can really put a strain on relationships. So definitely sit her down and have a serious conversation with her and let her know how you feel, and let the chips fall where they may. That's all I'm gonna say. If she decided she don't want to get off her ass, cut off them hair, them nails, them clothes, and cut off the damn car note too. Okay, you don't need no damn car if you finna sit there and be sitting around the house watching Wendy all day. Okay, no, you don't. Sorry, cut it off. Okay, leave some advice for Mr. Lost down in the comment section. I'm pretty sure you guys probably have a whole lot to say on that subject. Please leave him some advice down in the comment section below. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the next question. Okay, dear Thick Chick, I have a question. I have some good friends. They are amazing, but there is something I'm feeling some type of way about. I'm kind of generous and have lent money to a couple of friends. The total amount of money is around $3,000, and that is among 4 people. Ooh. I love my friends, but I do not want to fight with the loved one over money. How should I feel about the situation? I love my friends, but I do not think I will be getting my money back. Even though I do not need it, it is the principle of the whole thing. Please advise. Okay, this is a doozy. Let me explain a little bit something to you about lending family and friends money, okay? I learned this the hard way. Never loan somebody something that you can't afford to give them. I understand. They come to you and they be like, you know, you didn't leave us sincerely anything. I'm just going to say, Mr. Money Problems. Mr. Money Problems, I need to borrow $100. Okay, I need to borrow $100. I'll pay you back. Okay. If you can't afford to give them that $100, even though you know you have that, you hope that they have every intention of paying you back. If you can't afford to give them that $100, never ever ever loan someone anything that you can't afford to give them. Because I feel like this. You got a lot of people out there that will sit there and loan their family and friends their rent money, their car note money, because that person has promised to pay them that money back before that bill is due. And by you being a good person, you feel like, okay, I'm going to loan my friend or my family member this money, even though I know I got my bill to pay in a week, but they told me they're going to give me my money back on Friday. So I got a couple of days before I need it back. And then, you know, Friday comes and oh man, I ain't even got it. I had to get it to you next week. But you know for a fact that you need it on Monday. So you're like, nah, man, I need my money. So never, ever, ever loan anybody anything that you cannot afford to give them. So you said it's the principle of the whole thing. I totally understand. But let me give you a little bit of advice. Because, I mean, you say you feel like you're not going to get the money back. What I would do personally, I would ask them, do you got my coin? Okay. Do you got my money? Now, if they tell you, man, they keep trying to beat around the bush about the whole situation, I'm not telling you to stop being friends with these people because, you know, I feel like this. If you got a good friendship with a person, a little bit of money is not worth your friendship over. Now, I understand some people may totally disagree with that. I get it. But I feel like this. I've loaned people money and I feel like this. Because, again, like I said, I learned my lesson to only loan people what I can afford to give them. You know, of course I have, you know, with the intention, hopefully, that they'll give it back to me. But at the end of the day, if they don't, I'm not going to be hurting for it. And I look at it this way. If I loan a person some money and they don't pay it back to me, I'll look at it like this. I loaned you however much money I gave you to never ask me for another dime. So if I loaned you $100 and you don't never pay me back, I'll look at it as though I paid you $100 to never ask me for another motherfucking nickel. Okay, I ain't gonna sit there and look at you cross-eyed, look at you crooked, or nothing. But I feel it. I look at it like this. I know for a fact that this motherfucker, because they owe me this $100, they ain't gonna paw their damn lips to ask me for nothing else because they know that they already owe me a debt. So I look at it like this. I paid you $100 to never ask me for another motherfucking dime. Pure point blank exclamation point. You said you love your friends, and even though you don't need the money, it's the principle. Like I said, I would go to them, you know, straight up and ask them, you know, if they got the money. I asked them maybe once or twice. After that second time, I won't even worry about it anymore. But there's going to come a time where them folks going to need a dime again, and they're going to come to you for that money. So what I would do is I look at it as though, okay, I gave you that to never ask me for another motherfucking nickel. And like I said, sincerely mean that. I understand that these people may be in a bind, a real hardcore bind. But at the end of the day, no, you owe me. That's why you never burn a bridge. They tell you in a minute. My mama tell me all the time, never burn a bridge, okay? Because you never know when you're going to need that person again. So don't do a person wrong and then turn around, you know, 2-3 years down the line. You might feel like you don't need me now, but you never know. 3, 4, 5 years down the line, you might need me again. But guess what? I'm going to remember that you owe me this $3,000 or however much you loan each individual person. So now you pay me that back, okay, and I'll loan you that shit. But how about that? So they won't ask you for no more money. So just look at it as though since you said you don't need it, but it's the principle, go to them and ask them for it. If they decide that they don't, you know, they still want to beat around the bush with it, look at it as though you paid them that amount of money to never ask you for another fucking dime. And move on swiftly and perfectly. Shout out to my brother from another mother, Justin J. 1232. So there you go. All right. So next message. Hey, thick chick, girl, do I have some drama going on? My husband and I have been together for 8 years. We have a baby boy together, and he is very faithful, and I trust him. He has never given me a reason not to. My brother-in-law is always starting drama. And he is trying to accuse my husband of sleeping with his girlfriend. I am, or at least was, friends with his girlfriend, and I know that this accusation is completely untrue. When I asked her about this, she said at first she told him no, but then after he kept aggravating her about it, she said yes. I think he could be abusive, but he is very hot-headed. He will not believe my husband, and is taking this to Facebook, posting statuses about him, and it's making me very upset and angry. It's ridiculous. What should I do? Let me tell you something. Since you said that your brother-in-law is always starting drama and he's accusing your husband of sleeping with his girlfriend, okay? And you said that you know that the accusations is untrue. The girlfriend even said it didn't happen, but he kept pestering her about it. She was like, yeah, I slept with him. Now, since you said it's making you upset, my thing is this: if you know your husband didn't do it, if your husband know he didn't do it, if the girlfriend said he didn't do it, guess what? I would ignore the motherfucker. Okay, my thing is this: a lot of times you got folks who want you to bite the bullet. I mean, I understand the shit can be, I know it gotta be annoying to have a person constantly accusing your husband of something when you know that your husband didn't do it, and your husband said he didn't do it, and the girlfriend said he didn't do it. She just told this fool that she did because she got tired of him asking her about it. Like I said, I would just totally and utterly ignore the motherfucker, and hopefully he would go away, okay? Because, I mean, that just sounds like some really insecure shit right there, to just accuse somebody of something that you have absolutely no proof of. So, yeah, I would just ignore his dumb ass, because it seems like he's a very ignorant ass person, especially if he's accusing somebody of something just off general purposes, okay? So, there's really nothing you can do but ignore the shit, okay? That's it and that's all. Unless you want to take this shit to some type of small claims court and have your husband suing him for defamation of character or some shit, and have the girlfriend as a witness with him, I doubt y'all would want to even go through them troubles. So I would just ignore the fuck out of his ass. I'll block him on Facebook. I'll block him on every single social media site that I have, and just keep it pushing, girl. Especially if you know that your husband ain't sleep with this chick, and this chick say she ain't slept with your husband. Ignore the fuck out of his ass. I mean, that's it and that's all. And just charge that shit to the game and just stay the fuck away from him around. Because especially if he's doing some shit like this, putting shit like this on social media, that don't sound like nobody that you need to be around, girl. Especially if it's making you upset like that. And I'm pretty sure your husband is upset that the shit is, he's accusing him of some shit like this. And especially you said that you think he could be abusive. Girl, If he is abusive, that's a whole nother topic. But if he is, she definitely need to get up out that shit. But, yeah, and my thing is this: I understand that sometimes people get aggravated when a person constantly asks them the same question over and over and over again, and they just throw them an answer out there. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn how many times you. That's just like these people who go, who are interrogated by the police for murders that they hadn't even committed, and the people said that they be sitting in these rooms for hours and hours and hours, and because the police keep drilling them, they eventually admit to a crime that they had absolutely no knowledge of. They just admit to doing some shit that they didn't do because they get tired of the folks. The devil is a damn lie, motherfucker. If I know for a fact that I ain't sleep with no damn body, nigga, I ain't slept with no damn body. Okay? So, yeah, he sound like a fool, so ignore his ass, block his ass on all your social media accounts. Try that shit to the game and keep it pushing, okay? Because it sounds like he just want a little bit of attention. So, yeah, that is my advice. Ignore the fuck out his ass and keep it moving, girl. Okay. Now, my fucking back is itching, bitch. I need one of those damn things like my mama got them damn, the arm thing like she got from the dollar store where you can get back there and shit and be scratching and shit. Woo, that damn thing feels so good. I'm telling y'all, okay. Now, this is the last, letter that we have right here, and I am going to take a little small commercial break because this may take me a second to do, so let me go ahead and purse this and I'll be right back. And we are back. Okay. So the next letter is, and this is the last one, by the way. Hey, Miss Thick Chick, I am a 17-year-old gay man, and I've been battling social anxiety since I was 13. I used to be lively and vibrant until the bullying began when I was younger. I was so tired of the everyday bullshit I got from people. I tried to change/hide who I am for years, and now I feel I'm stuck in the habit. Now that I'm older, I still suffer from this disease, but on a minor level. And in quotation, it puts, even though I'm out. I just want to be carefree and able to make friends again. I feel so alone and that no one understands me. Neither do I. How do I find myself? Please share how you overcame your social anxiety and how can I do the same. Thank you. Sincerely. And I think they meant to put something, but there's nothing there. It's blank. So yes, this is everything that I'm going to say to you right now is going to sound so cliche. But since you want to know what I did as far as my social anxiety is concerned, I also have a living with social anxiety video that I recorded a while back, girl. I will leave that link down in the description box for you to go and check out, young man. So you can go over and check that video out on how I live with social anxiety and all that good stuff. But let me tell you the first bit of advice that I would get as far as how to overcome this. Make yourself uncomfortable as often as you can, okay? You may be like, what? Yes, make yourself uncomfortable as often as you can. I understand that, you know, most people who have social anxiety can't be around large crowds. That's why I don't go to a lot of parties and a lot of big time events and things like that, because I do get a little bit anxious when I go to these things, but it's gotten so much better. And a lot of that got a little bit better because I put myself in uncomfortable situations a lot of times. I would go to random gatherings, like the Juice Man, his family has like Thanksgiving gatherings and Christmas gatherings, things like that all the time. And I remember the very first time that I met the Juice Man's family, I was like, I think those people really thought that I was a mean person, because I was sitting over there in the corner and I was kind of like, wasn't really talking to nobody. I was, you know, playing with my phone the entire time. And the Juice Man was like, why you ain't talking to them? I was like, first of all, I don't really know these people and nobody's really talking to me. So I'm not a social person where I'm just going to walk up to somebody and just start a random conversation. I don't have that type of personality. I know I may come up a little bit different on these videos to where it may seem like I am just a lively and upbeat person, in which I am once a person gets to know me. But when it first starts out, I'm a very, very shy and timid person until I get to know you. So, I made myself uncomfortable several times. I remember there was this nightclub. Well, it wasn't really a nightclub at this particular point in time. It was kind of like it was a bar / a karaoke joint. And I remember I went there with one of my, I wouldn't really call her a girlfriend, but she was this girl that I socialized with from time to time. And me and her went there together. And girl, we got up and we did a little karaoke thing. Something I would absolutely never in a million years do. Okay? Never in 1,001 gazillion years do. I was making myself uncomfortable over and over again, and my social anxiety, don't get me wrong, don't be confused, okay? I still have social anxiety, but it's on, like you said, it's getting to the point where now it's almost to the point where it's not gone, but I can totally deal with it, okay? Another thing that may sound cliche, doing these YouTube videos. When I first started doing YouTube videos, I have like 100 videos that are on private that you guys have absolutely not seen. Now, those of you who've been following me for a while, like my girl Miss New Life 808 and several other people who've been following me for a long time, you guys have already seen those videos because you've been rocking with me since, bitch, I have 2 subscribers, okay? So I used to be a very, very timid person, and doing those YouTube videos really boosted my confidence. And, you know, I understand that I'm talking to a camera right now, but there's people, thousands of people that are going to watch this video. So it, you know, that kind of helped me with my social anxiety as well, even though I'm not talking to 1,000 people right now, like looking at this camera, I'm talking to the camera, but eventually there's going to be thousands of people that are going to watch this. So that kind of helps with social anxiety as well, okay? So, as far as how do you overcome your social anxiety, I would say make yourself uncomfortable as much as possible. I don't know about what city or state that you live in, but I know there are a lot of groups and things. Even here in my little city, I remember at one time I was going to go to this group that people who had social anxiety, it was like a little support group where people can have conversation and they can kind of, you know, practice different techniques. I forgot what you call it. I forgot the proper term for it, but we can practice different techniques on, you know, how to, you know, overcome a little bit of your social anxiety, how to start conversation with people, how to make friends and things like that. But definitely make yourself uncomfortable as much as possible. Go to different social gatherings. If you have any type of clubs in your, not necessarily nightclubs, I'm talking about any type of club, anything that you enjoy. I'm pretty sure you probably live in a little bit of a bigger city than I do, but make yourself as uncomfortable as possible. Go to as many places as you can and just be around people. And I promise you it will eventually get better. And I know that a lot of times we want to keep ourselves into this bubble because that is our place of safety. But you definitely have to make yourself uncomfortable as much as possible if you want to overcome that. Because if you continue to stay in that bubble and continue to be afraid to go out and just have general conversation with strangers and make friends and things like that, you're going to be a hermit. You're going to be a person who you know, is 50 years old and ain't got nothing but cats. And it's definitely not something that you want for your life, I'm pretty sure. So yes, like I said, I will leave my living with social anxiety video down in the description box down below. Also, anybody who's living with social anxiety, leave a comment under this video letting him know how you overcame social anxiety, or some tips and tricks and things that you have used to help you better cope with your social anxiety. But like I said, my number one tip is to make yourself as uncomfortable as possible, as much as possible, and it will definitely help you a lot. Like I said, going into that that freaking bar / karaoke thing, and I sitting there, girl, it was so many people in there. When I tell you, I was so ashamed and so scared. But when I say after I did it, I was like, damn, I cannot believe I just did that shit. And I just got, you know, that was my only time doing it. I ain't even finna sit there and lie. I didn't do it again. But that really made me feel good. And I went to that club, I think 2 or 3 times after that. And I made a couple of friends. Well, I wouldn't call them friends. I keep calling people friends. I met a couple of associates, people who I conversate with from time to time on Facebook, people who, you know, I may go in over to their house every now and then, but nobody that I would consider a friend. You know, just associates, okay? You can't call everybody your damn friend. But I made a couple of associates that way, so definitely make yourself uncomfortable as often as possible. Talk to other like-minded people who are in the same situation as you, people who have, you know, been through social anxiety before, and talk about it. A lot of times people try to keep that stuff, you know, hidden inside of them. I understand a lot of people think it's, you know, taboo to even talk about, but no, you need to talk about this type of stuff. You don't need to keep that stuff bottled up within you, because a lot of people are just gonna think you're weird as hell. Oh, she just, you know, she thinks she better than people. She don't ever want to be around nobody. No, you don't know what's going on in that person's life. The person can have social anxiety, the person can be depressed or anything. So talk about your situations to as many people as you possibly can who you think will listen, okay? Don't just tell random people your business. But yeah, talk about it, all that type of stuff, and definitely make yourself uncomfortable as much as possible, and you will definitely see an improvement in your social anxiety, because that's definitely what helped for me. But again, check the description box for the Living with Social Anxiety video, so you can kind of get a little bit of a better understanding of who ThickChickVlogs is, because I know these videos may come off as, girl, she is so lively and upbeat and stuff, and I kind of am, but at the same time, girl, I have, you know, a whole lot of other stuff that is going on with me that y'all don't really even know about. Let me tell you that right here, right now. So again, we're going to go ahead and end this video. Leave some advice for our family members down in the comment section below. Remember, if you need any advice, send in an email to DearThickChick@hotmail.com using the hashtag DearThickChick. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. Go over and add me on all my social medias, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Those links are down in the description box down below. Or if they're not, follow me on all of them at ThickChickVlogs, and share this video on your social medias. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.